Sentri Institute Inc. was founded on the principle of providing quality, effective firearms training for the individual, seeking to meet the security challenges of the modern age, to expose the truth behind firearm stereotypes, in an effort to bring people and their communities closer together. Certifications: state and local government certifications. BSIS Firearms Instructor number TIF 2581. DOJ Firearms Instructor CI number 350680. CCW Training Provider. NRA Firearms Instructor number 214-916-544. Why purchase a firearm? As you can see from this statistic given by the Pew Research Center, a majority of Americans buy guns for home protection. The category that buys the least amount of weapons are for occupational purposes. Not surprisingly, urban and suburban areas overwhelmingly buy weapons for protection, while rural areas buy them more for hunting purposes. By the numbers. Source: U.S. Center for Disease Control, CDC. California, 2017. Total firearm deaths, 3,184. Total homicide deaths, 2,022. Accidental firearm deaths, approximately 1,708. Nationally, 2017. Total firearm deaths, 39,773. Total homicide deaths, 19,511. Accidental firearm deaths, approximately 10,739. California alone accounts for approximately 16% of all preventable accidental deaths due to firearms. These numbers were collected from the United States Center for Disease Control. The numbers are indeed alarming. In 2017, California alone accounted for 16% of all preventable accidental deaths due to firearms. A 19-year-old study from Harvard Injury Control Research Center found some startling information relating to gun possession and safety in the U.S. First, it found that the more guns there are in circulation within the civilian population, the more unintentional firearm deaths there are. These could be due to a variety of reasons, but the most likely are due to complacency and insufficient firearms training. Second, unsafe gun storage also contributes to an increase in unintentional firearms deaths. Having your firearm in an easily accessible and unsecure location just screams "play with me" to curious children and teenagers. Have your firearm secured in a locked container, preferably with an electronic lock, and in a high, hard-to-reach place to discourage curious behaviors of adolescents. This leads to the third point, which found that youth killed in firearm accidents are usually one youth shooting another, all of which are under the age of 24. We at Sentri Institute are going to add trigger discipline and, as mentioned earlier, complacency to the list of accidents even though they are not officially included in the Harvard research study. There have been a lot of accidental discharges that have resulted in both injury and death because the shooter has her finger on the trigger at all times. Please, remember, when handling firearms, you always need to be switched on and aware. The adage "complacency kills" is very true when it comes to firearm handling. 1. Guns kill people. Guns don't actually kill anymore. Although they were designed for a specific purpose, they still require a mechanism, people, to operate and make them work. Guns don't go on trial for murder. People that handle them do. 2. Assault weapons. Assault weapons get a bad rap mostly due to Hollywood and the film industry. The common argument is that weapons of war have no place in society. The truth is that the caliber of the cartridge is what determines the lethality, not the weapon itself. You aren't going to kill someone by showing them how scary your AR-15 looks. 3. Hollow points are more dangerous than FMJ. Not true. When it comes to home defense, hollow points are safer. This is because hollow points are designed to stop inside the target. FMJ, full metal jacket rounds, on the other hand, have a high probability of passing through the intended target and hitting something behind it, significantly increasing the chances of hitting something or someone else. 4. High-capacity magazines kill more people. Again, not necessarily true. A skilled person could do more damage with a 10-round magazine than an unskilled shooter with a 30-round magazine. Period. 5. The gun show loophole enables criminals to buy weapons faster. False. If you purchase a firearm at a gun show, you are still required to follow all applicable guidelines set by the state of California. No exceptions. Firearm safety. Breaking it down. Negligent discharge. 1. There is no such thing as an accidental discharge. 2. Handguns, like other firearms, are platforms requiring a mechanism, you, to operate. 3. Between 2014 to 2016, there were 300 reported negligent discharges in LA County alone. Locked container. Transporting a pistol in a locked container is defined as a secure container that is fully enclosed and locked by a key, lock, padlock, or similar locking mechanism. Penal Code Section 16850. The trunk of a car is included in this description, but not the utility or glove compartment. Non-concealable firearms, i.e. rifles and shotguns, are not covered within the provisions of California Penal Code Section 25400. Therefore, these are not required to be transported in a locked container. These do, however, need to be unloaded when they are being transported. Criminal storage. Keeping any loaded firearm within any presence of one's custody, and know or reasonably know that a child under 18 is likely to gain access to the firearm without parental consent is illegal. The owner can be held criminally and civilly liable as a result, including jail time. Penal Code Section 25100, Sub A. This is to reinforce the point earlier about keeping firearms out of the reach of curious children and teenagers. You will go to jail if your irresponsibility of storing a firearm gets someone injured or killed. Fundamentals of pre-handgun disassembly. These are the steps to take before any disassembly takes place. 1. Make sure the pistol is unloaded. 2. Remove all live ammunition from the area. 3. Make sure that handgun is pointed in a safe direction. Remember, drywall is very thin and bullets can penetrate several layers of this. You do not want to be in a situation where your negligence causes the injury and/or death of a neighbor because you were not paying attention and practicing safe firearm handling. Laws of deadly force. 1. You must be in reasonable fear of death or great bodily harm. There has to be a reasonable expectation that if you do not respond with deadly force in the next few seconds, you'll be seriously harmed. In this context, great bodily harm includes things such as large laceration, broken bones, puncture wounds, and/or rape. 2. Potential threats must have the ability to carry out death or great bodily harm. That means the attackers have to have the means to do you harm, such as a knife, gun, or bat. 3. There must be intent to cause death or great bodily harm. The attackers have to show intent. In other words, if a person is standing still and yelling at you with a bat 50 feet away, he may be angry at you, but he has not really conveyed intent. If, however, the same person is 5 feet from you with the bat ready to swing, it's a very different story. Justifiable homicide. California Penal Code 23515, subsection 197. When resisting any attempt to murder any person, or to commit a felony, or to do great bodily harm. When committed in defense of habitation or person against one who manifestly intends or endeavors by violence or surprise to commit a felony. You cannot use deadly force to protect property alone. Imminent danger must be present. Fear. California Penal Code 23515, subsection 198. Bare fear alone is not enough to justify the committing of a homicide nor the utilization of deadly force. Firearms Safety Certificate. A Firearms Safety Certificate, FSC, must be obtained from a licensed DOJ instructor in order to be able to purchase a firearm in California. Must demonstrate a basic knowledge and understanding of how to use firearms safely in the presence of a DOJ firearm instructor. Penal Codes 316110-31670. We here at Sentri Institute are certified to provide you with the training and the certifications necessary for required certifications for a variety of career opportunities, legal requirements of having and transporting a firearm, in-depth understanding of California firearms law pertaining to use of deadly force, safe protocol of handling and storing a firearm both on the range and during maintenance, pistol courses, basics course, basic course, firearms safety, shooting fundamentals, firearm mechanics, basic weapons maintenance, laws of deadly force, advanced course, refresher of basics course, timed marksmanship, tactical reloads, low light target acquisition, holster draw, retention shooting, security courses, guard card, power of arrest, discussion of escalation in the use of force, restraint techniques do's and don'ts, trespass laws and enforcement implications, terrorism, sharing and coordination of intel, security courses, exposed firearm permit, moral and legal aspects of carrying a firearm, firearm nomenclature and maintenance, firearm manipulation, fundamentals of marksmanship, emergency procedures, specialty courses, concealed weapons carry, CCW, shooting behind cover, tactical reloading, shooting from retention, flashlight techniques, multiple firing positions, comprehensive firearms laws review. Key takeaways: understand the laws, misconceptions, safe storage and handling of firearms. Don't mix ego and pride. Thank you. Email us at info@sentryinstitute.com or visit us at www.sentryinstitute.com. Sentry Institute, Inc.